Good morning. It is 2 minutes past 7, and today, despite the fact that I haven't slept a fucking week, is a good day. It is the day of Salute 52 at the XL. So, yeah, I'm gonna head to that, and I'm gonna be bringing you fuckers along with me. So, I'm gonna get caffeinated, because like I say, no sleep. Or very little sleep. And then I'm gonna get on a bus. Honestly, don't know how much of this will be filming, because I'm really excited for this, and yeah, first time and all that, but yeah. Oh god, I'm fucking tired. So, aiming to be there for as early as possible, but also I need caffeine and I need breakfast. So there's that. Well, would help if I didn't cover the camera. So see you in the next clip, whatever that might be. Don't know yet. Might film something on the way. Might not. Returned. I'm back from the Salute. Actually, I've been back from Salute a while. It is the next day. I was knackered. I had food and went to bed. That is literally all I did when I got home. I'm still knackered. I'm aching so much. Like, I didn't expect to ache this much. I think I'm aching more than I did when I got back from Empire LARP last year, and I think that's because Empire LARP, I didn't have a bag on me all day, and I think I sat down a fair bit at Empire. Like I'd sit down a few times to have food. I'd sit down just to chat with people. Just trying to think of other times I'd sit down. Whereas yesterday, I sat down maybe 3, maybe 4 times for about 5 minutes to have a drink, to look at the map, and just see what my next move was, or to look at a website and see what I wanted to buy from people rather than leaning into the glass and taking up space because I am blind and fat. So there were a few times. Oops, that's my hand covering the camera because my arms ache. I should have put this on the tripod, but because yeah, there were a few times where I was like, I want to buy something, but I'm not sure what yet. So yeah, that was a great time. If you're a tabletop Wargames fan, I guess, I highly recommend it. Actually, I think if the only tabletop Wargames you've ever played is Warhammer, I actually recommend it even more. Because Warhammer's there, so if that's all you want, that's fine. But it's great to see what's outside of that sphere of influence. Like, if all you know is Games Workshop and Warhammer 40k and Age of Sigmar, and it's great to get outside that. So you can look at, you can look at the games you know and go, okay, what else is there? Yeah, I didn't do many demos. In fact, no, I did a brief Moonstone demo, which was nice. I've been intrigued by Moonstone for a while. I played a bit of Bushido, which I didn't buy anything from them in the end, because a lot of what they have is either starter sets or individual minis. And by the time I got to Bushido, I'd already spent a bit of money that meant I couldn't buy a starter set, and I didn't know what other stuff I wanted from them in terms of individual minis, so I didn't buy anything. But maybe next year I'll buy something for that game, because I've been wanting to try that game for a while now, just because it's fantasy Japan, for fuck's sake. It's a weeb's wet dream, that game. So yeah. But yeah, here is what I bought with me. Here is my salute booty, if you will. So here it is, my salute booty. Yeah. Had a great time, obviously. And bought some stuff. And got handed a lot of, adverts and things for companies I'd never heard of. Which normally, if someone approaches me in the street going, "Here, take our leaflet," I'm going to look at them like I want to tear out their eyes. Because I want to tear out their eyes, because that shit gets on my fucking nerves. But I think at events like this, that it's a lot more acceptable to do that sort of thing, because I'm at the end of the day, I'm there to buy shit. I am there to be advertised to. I want to know about your thing that you do, so I don't mind it nearly as much. So yeah, let's start tearing into this thing, shall we? I'm going to start with small things first and work our way up to the fun, important things that I actually spent money on. So we got this postcard for Warmag. This isn't a character they created. I think they had postcards of other companies' stuff. I just picked this one up because I was like, ooh. So this is for Mia from God Tier by Steamforge Games. So that's nice. I almost bought stuff from Warmag, but by the time I was like, oh yeah, I need to speak to Warmag because I think I'd quite like to buy some of their stuff, they were packing up, so that's fine. What have we got here? This is Fair Place Games. Yeah. Don't know what that is. Like I said, got to a point where I was like, hey, I'm just gonna pick stuff up. Here. This is interesting because this pertains to something I bought yesterday. This is from Black Scorpion Games. If you are in the market for pirate minis or cowboy minis, these guys are going to do it for you. And you have two rule sets, being Tombstone and Cutlass. They are slightly more fantasy leaning, I think, from what I've seen. But I think I don't see why you couldn't potentially do more historic style stuff. But yeah, they lean more, weird history than actual history. More of them later. Skip that. Let's pick out a couple things at once, shall we? So this is a leaflet for Element Games. Element Games recently had a shop open in London. I think the guy that I was chatting to said they opened just like a week ago. So next chance I get, I'm going to be visiting them, because there's a lot of brands here that I do not see anywhere near me, or not near me for that matter. And it will be nice to have a tabletop games shop that sells this sort of range of products, that has a nice vibe and has products that I don't want to make everything that I talk about being disabled, but a big thing that bugs me, I'll say their name because I do use them quite often, and for better or worse, they are pretty good as a shop for the amount of stuff they do. Dark Sphere in Shepherd's Bush, all of their stuff is behind the counter, behind the till, so I can't, as someone with a visual impairment, pick it up, see what it looks like, see what the price is quickly. I can't do that. So if I go to Dark Sphere, I'm not there to browse. I am there to buy something specific. Yeah. But Element Games, I haven't seen anything on their website or the pictures so far to suggest it's like that, because that's weird, I think. I've never known any other shop like this to do it. So yeah, lots of cool stuff here. So they've got Vallejo, Gunpla, because I think every major hobby shop is doing that now. Board games, Pokemon. I don't think they have Pokemon right now, because no other shop has Pokemon. Scale 75, Iwata, Ammo, Turbo Dork. I've been really intrigued by Turbo Dork paints. Like they're very, very vibrant colours. In a hobby that tends to lean grimdark, I think that's really cool. Obviously, all your Warhammers, your Epic Encounters, Cult of Paint. Sorry if you heard that crotch goblin. What's this? GriffCon, another convention that is happening in August, the 15th and 16th of August, actually. So, yeah, miniature gaming convention. Adults £10, kids free, which is pretty good. I'm always happy to see that. On the other side, we've got a Star Wars Shatterpoint Grand Star Wars Shatterpoint Grand Tournament. If you want to know more, there's the QR code. I hope that scans for you. I know my hands are shaky. If it doesn't scan, I'm going to do... Let's get a little bit closer. Hopefully that's steady enough so that you can scan the QR code if you want to go to that convention and enter that tournament. Weirdly, I'm not too fussed about Shatterpoint as a game. I think it looks cool. I just think, which is weird, you'd think that if I had a choice between Shatterpoint and Legion, I'd go for Shatterpoint, being someone who prefers skirmish games. But I just prefer the aesthetic of Legion. I think, yeah, I couldn't even tell you properly why I prefer the aesthetic of Legion. I think to me, it looks a little bit more gritty. Like, Shatterpoint is clearly going for more that Clone Wars vibe, which is why, like, when they launched, it was very much a Clone Wars set. Whereas Legion is, your more gritty actual war game. And also that I'm weirdly, again, for someone who isn't great with painting, I prefer more standard scales of game, I think, because I enjoy miniature agnostic games so much nowadays that I just prefer having minis that I can use across multiple systems. So yeah, that's that, I think. What else is there in my bag of wonders without spoiling things too much? I think all that's spoilers now. Let's do this. Leaflet for Sarissa Precisions, or Precision. Yeah. If you're not aware of these guys, they make really, really nice MDF kits. They're also doing a collaboration with Gryphonel Games to make terrain specifically for this game, Guards of Traitors Atoll, which I'm really intrigued by, and Qua, which I'm also really intrigued by. They do stuff for 0200 Hours, Burrows and Badgers, which I didn't get to try yesterday. I almost bought the book, but there were only two copies left, and I was like, I'm going to let someone who's really intrigued try that even more than I am. Butcher and Bolt, bam, Skirmish, Wargames, and Daring Raids and Covert Operations in World War II. Coming soon in 2025. 0200 Hours scratches that itch for me well enough, so I'm interested to see what this does differently. Is it going to be a more standard war game than 0200 Hours is? Because 0200 Hours is great, but it sort of makes you want to play the good guys more, just by the fact that if you're playing as the Axis, you're just, for a chunk of the game, you're just beholden to whatever your whatever your roles tell you to do, and that's just a bit nah. Got a thing for Titan Forge. They do a lot of 3D printed stuff. They have a Patreon, and they have a new game coming out. Bloodfields, I believe that says. 3rd edition, apparently. Yeah. I didn't spend too much time here. I just knew they had cool stuff. These guys had a free mini, and I forgot to ask because I do not like going, hey, free thing, please. Especially in crowded places just weirds me out. I don't like doing it. And yeah, everywhere was fairly quick. Chaos cards. I am not sure they were there. I think they might have been there, and I just didn't see their actual sign. I think this was in the bag when I got it, because the first 5,000 people, I think it is, got goodie bags that had stuff in them. I'm gonna save that bit for later. That had like stuff. So yeah, I think that was in there when I got it. SMFX models and more. They did 3D printed terrain and stuff. I think I've seen them in the past. Yeah, they had some cool stuff. Struggling to pick things up now. I think this was I think this is a sticker for Modiphius. Yeah, I like Modiphius. Obviously, if I did going in, I told myself if I did buy a big starter box, I sort of expected it to be either Fallout Factions or something else. In the end, it was neither. It was just I just bought individual minis basically, which is kind of cool. Another advert for War Mag. I think this was in the goodie bag when no, it wasn't. I think this was handed to me and I just took it even though I've already got one. Save that for later. We've already seen this. I think this was in the goodie bag. Emperor of the Battlefield. Napoleonic Wargames rules by Ian Godwin. I'm not a big Napoleonics person, so this doesn't really grab me. Maybe you are. Maybe this interests you and you've never heard of it before. So, Emperor of the Battlefield by Ian Godwin. Yeah. So far, so Napoleonic. Hence why I'm just like, sure. These guys looked interesting. Yeah. Like a retro future space combat game. Which, they had a very blue table. It looked very nice. Yeah. Intriguing, to say the least. Tribal Conquest by Novosa Games. It's kind of sometimes a bit of a challenge to read things because I've got the grid in the way of the camera, so it's sort of making things a little bit. Visit our store. Salute. Yeah. Their minis looked cool. Didn't buy anything from them. I think one thing that is kind of a shame that I did is I didn't buy anything from any companies that I didn't already know. So I feel mildly guilty about that I didn't buy anything from companies that I just discovered at that event. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. Folks who talked to me about their thing and I didn't buy anything from. What's this? The Afterlife range by Anvil. spoke to them. Eventually, their store, when I got to it, was packed with people. Yeah, I do regret not buying their bag of bits. Basically, they had a big sort of tub of bits that didn't make quality control from what I could tell, so yeah, I should have done that. Oh well. But I do have an idea of stuff I want to buy from them going forward. Hobby Hires, yeah, who I assume are a commission painting company. Yeah. So if you want your minis painted for you, Hobby Hires, I guess. A flyer for Spectre Operations. Another company that are going to come up later, because, yeah. Cosmic Horror, really cool idea. I'm glad that someone is doing it. Cosmic Horror is cool, guys. Let's do these things for Guards of Traitors Toll. A big, let's lift the camera up. A big spread for the terrain they did. I think I might be coming down with something. Yay, conventions are great, but they're fucking petri dishes. Yeah. Guards of Traitors Toll terrain, which is nice. And a roster sheet, which I really, really like the idea of. I think I should have taken more of those because they look really nice. Anyway, let's move that out of the way a bit. I bought a copy of not Wargames Illustrated. A miniature Wargames? I mean, it's... I don't know. I can't remember. I think it was Miniature Wargames magazine. There it is. Produced by Miniature Wargames. So I bought a copy of this because I wanted to see what was going on. Yeah. But because I also arrived early and got a goodie bag, I also got this. So yeah, I have two of these now. This one is obviously a lot less beaten up because I had this basically folded this for most of the day and was constantly flipping through it to see what was what. So yeah, I might give this to, I'll give this to Sam in a bit because this, the event theme was Highlanders, so we were played in by fucking bagpipes, which threw me off, which is cool. So yeah. Also included in the goodie bag was this by Deep Cut Studios, who I also didn't get to see, which is a shame. So obviously, if you can't tell, it's a dice tray, which I love a good dice tray. So I don't know when I'll be using this next, because my go-to is my Imperial Guard dice tray that Sam got me for Christmas for a couple years ago now, I think. I can't remember exactly when. There we go. Dice tray. And let's roll some. Let's have it the right way around, shall we? Let's roll some dice. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a dice tray. And given that my other dice tray is made of wood, this is a lot quieter. Ah, didn't make it into the tray. Yeah. Perfectly serviceable dice tray, and because it's deep cuts, it's fairly tough. Yeah, big fan of that. We have a Warmag sort of, I don't know, like a intro, like a taster thing, I guess. Let's grab it out, get it open. Come on. There we go. Quite tightly packed in there. So we have the advert that we've already seen. Ooh, another postcard, and not one I have, which is nice. So, what's this one? What's the Margaret? Okay, that's cool. I'm a big fan of that. A Warmag stickers, I assume. So that's cool. That's actually produced quite a smell. I don't know how to describe. Ooh, another postcard. Who's this? Necrofactorum. Very nice. And a sort of taster for their product itself. One base and a magnetic sheet. So one thing I found is I didn't buy anything. I did just have a play with their stuff, and that's so much better than the old steel sheet and magnet trick. So yeah, I am almost definitely at some point down the line buying some Warmag stuff, because it's just a good product, I think. I don't know what I'm going to put this individual base thing on, or what I'm going to put this in, but this genuinely I think might be good for just one of those small boxes, because they do really useful boxes, quite small as well as the bigger ones. Or even just lining a small Tupperware with this for like I don't know, like this. I think this would make a good sized space for a Morkborg or Forbidden Psalm warband, actually, who were also there. The lovely folks at Forbidden Psalm were there. I didn't buy anything in the end from them. I almost did a few times. But yeah, they are good folks. It was nice to chat to them briefly. That's also really satisfying to do. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to put this base, but I'm glad I've got this. It's cool. We also have, moving into the more interesting things, a Troika. I don't even think this is a quick start. I think this is the entire core rules. I could be wrong. If someone knows, do say. But I think this is just someone's taken all the core rules and just put it into this book, which is cool. But oh my god, the text is tiny. So I might give this to someone who is a big fan of Troika, who I think will get more use out of it. If not, send it along to someone else who will get use out of it. Also in the goodie bag was this. A sprue for the Qua Wargame. Needs to be that side up. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I've been intrigued by this game for a while, just because it's got a very, very unique aesthetic to it. So I'm looking forward to getting some of these together and seeing what the fuck is going on, because this looks odd and I like odd. Anyway, I think we're now going into the stuff that I actually bought. So first off, I bought some books. I bought books, of course I bought books. I'm sorry if you can hear the scumbags outside. I bought Cosmic Horror by Spectre Operations. I also bought Volume 1 of Cosmic Horror. So this is the core rules for Cosmic Horror. This is basically an expansion. No, actually they are quite different sizes. Yeah, I can't wait to read through these. Once I've read through them, obviously for everything I've bought, expect individual reviews and unboxing videos on these and everything else. Let's reach back into the bag of wonders. I also bought from Spectre the Agents Crisis Response Squad. I have wanted this set for a long time. And technically not this set. They used to do something very, very similar. But they resculpted them and changed things up. But I'm still happy with this set. I can't wait to get these on bases and paint them up. Yeah, they're very, very cool. I'm a big fan of The Division. And that's sort of what I bought these for. I also bought... This is just a fucking Shoggoth. Yep. Just a fucking Shoggoth. I did buy... I almost bought a Shoggoth from somewhere else, actually. Instead I bought this. It's fucking horrific. It's definitely not a thing from The Thing. Definitely not. Please don't sue. I think it's different enough that no one's going to sue. And I think if they had, they would have done already. And also Crooked Dice have been doing this type of thing for a good while now. I think they know what they're doing. Yeah, that's fucking horrible. Yeah, that's class and I love it. And also another mini that I've wanted for a while is this. Avenging Assassin, who is, I think, One Piece, which is nice. How well do these scale? I think Spectre's slightly larger. Not by much. I think they're going to be fine next to each other. It's just this John Wick is a little bit smaller, apparently. Yeah, if you've never looked at the Crooked Dice store, I really highly recommend it, especially if you're a movie buff. Especially if you're a sci-fi, fantasy, horror, action movie buff, because they have a lot of things on there. Yeah, I can't wait for that. Oh no, we've got more stuff in the bag that I forgot. This from Warp Miniatures, who I almost bought stuff from also. And apparently this was already in the bag. And now that I'm remembering it, there is one more thing. Two more things. This is the Salute 52 miniature. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, because I do not fuck with historics myself. There's two miniatures. What are you? I don't remember you being here. Some variety of dwarf. I haven't seen this before. I definitely didn't buy it. Was this the free miniature that I said I didn't pick up? I don't think I picked it up. Maybe it was just in the bag already. Titan Forge. It might have already been in the bag. And also a Salute 52 D6 with Anne and Nessie. How well does this roll? Let's try and roll it on camera, shall we? We can do better. Oh, come on, we can do better than that. Better than that. There we go. Yeah. And finally, I bought some sweets. Nah, I bought more miniatures because of course I did. From Black Scorpion Games, as I alluded to earlier. It does look like a sweets bag though. It looks like a bag of sweets and I'm happy with that. I bought these Outlaws. I think they're Outlaws? I think that's what I asked for in the end. I think this is the Outlaws 2. It's nice that they all come with their bases. They're not in boxes though, that's my one concern about these. And they've just been rattling around in this bag for however long. They were one of the last things I bought. I think the last thing I bought was some of the Spectre stuff. I went back to the Spectre booth a few times. I did once because I knew they were there and wanted to check them out. Twice when I bought these guys and the base Cosmic Horror book, and then the third time because I realised I might have caught the Cosmic Horror bug when I bought the Shoggoth and Volume 1. But anyway, back to Black Scorpion. I've been working on a skirmish war game, and I needed some cowboy minis. So I now have cowboy minis. And I also, just based on the immaculate vibes of this dude alone, look at this man. Yeah, just a very spooky Old West bounty hunter. So yeah, that's everything I acquired, whether I bought it or was given it at Salute 52. As I gather everything up for the outro, thank you for watching this video. I was going to attach this on to the end of a Salute vlog type thing, but I didn't record enough footage for it, I don't think. There wasn't... I got sidetracked by the fact that I was just at Salute finally, basically. I had a great time, but I didn't record enough footage to make a vlog, I don't think. So I had a great time. If people want to see what I did record, I'll put photos on Instagram at ReadyAimRoll. Yeah, thank you for watching this. I'm going to go and have food and probably have another nap because I'm still tired and achy, even though it's been a day now nearly. It's, what is it? 20 past 12 on the Sunday. I'm still achy and I'm still tired. Yesterday was a lot. Ooh. Thank you for watching this. Take care of yourselves. See you in the next one.